Coming to you live from the Cowboys headquarters in Frisco. Deep in the heart of Texas, it's the Star at Night.
Wow, dramatic much?
Why are you getting in the way of my intro?
You mean our intro? We're your hosts. I'm Kelsey Charles.
And I'm David Hellman.
Okay, let's just start this show now.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of The Star at Night. We're your humble hosts, Kelsey Charles and David Hellman. And as you can tell, we're not in the studio. It's okay, though.
We're real humble hosts. We're so humble, we're so far down on the totem pole that we can't even get into our own studio. One of these days, right?
It's totally fine. It's like we are right now, the epitome of like that little dog with the fire in the background photo, like the meme, like that.
Thank God we have one episode that goes on TV because they have to let us in the studio for that. But Thursdays are for Zoom. That's okay. What's going on? Hi, Kels. Happy week 3.
I mean, listen, like cheers. Like we're just gonna go like full, like humble, and I just finished breakfast like 2 seconds ago. Like Dave has a meeting. Like I'm gonna get on the road here in a minute. So like y'all are getting like the real true experience right now. Welcome to the web show, baby.
This is really just us FaceTiming before we go to work. Yeah, let's just think of it that way.
Okay. Well, I do want to dive into the matchup though, because obviously Monday Night Football, the Eagles coming to town, season home opener for the Cowboys. It's a big deal, and at least in Philly, we discussed that on this past week with your friend Fran, and it's Cowboys or Dallas week for them, I guess, if you will. Slightly, dare I say, pathetic. That was a bit aggressive, but like
you didn't have the guts to say that to Fran. You shouldn't say that now.
Yeah, it's fine.
But
you're right,
I mean,
right.
they take it really seriously in Philadelphia. I get you.
They do. I was on a podcast this week talking about the matchup. So I want to dive in with you about some of the keys to this game, things you're looking ahead to. It feels like Dallas is favored. I'm seeing the line, set around -4, -5. It's everyone thinks Dallas is going to do it. Do you feel the same? And I'd love to hear some keys to the game.
Okay. Famous last words, but I'm just going to do it, Kels. This isn't my style. This is not typically how I do things. I think Dallas is going to kick Philly's ass on Monday night. I think it is the home opener after 2 weeks away, full capacity at AT&T Stadium. They had fans last year, but it's double the crowd. Oh, and by the way, Dallas is just better in every regard. The second game at AT&T last year between these two teams was a Dallas runaway, and that was with Andy Dalton at quarterback. You got Dak Prescott back in the mix now. You've got a defense that can take the ball away against a second-year quarterback in Jalen Hurts, who is good. He's good, but he's not there yet. I don't think Jalen Hurts is capable of coming in and beating a Dak Prescott Cowboys team on the road. I think the Cowboys are going to win this game by 14 points. I don't even really screw the matchups. I don't care. I think Dallas is going to win handily. Yeah, you heard what I just said.
I mean, I don't hate it. I guess I just thought it'd be a little bit more of a shootout. And yeah, this is very unlike you. A, picking the Cowboys, and B, picking the Cowboys to just win handedly. So I'm definitely not complaining by any means. But I do personally, want to take into consideration the fact that, listen, like you mentioned, Jalen Hurts is not the most consistent right now. I think he has all this upside. They've lost some significant players on both sides of their line. I think that Brandon Graham is going to be a big thing for them. That's pretty equivalent to the D-Law loss in my mind. So, I do feel the same as you. I think they're going to get the win. I'm not super concerned. But again, this is an NFC East rivalry game. I think all things can go out the window, and stuff can get weird really quick. So fingers crossed it won't go that way, but you never know in these instances.
Dak Prescott owns the NFC East. It's a poorly kept secret. I mean, he does. He does. He didn't get to play the Eagles last year, and they still split. Look, you're trying to be cautious and analyzing the matchup, and I'm just like, whatever. Cowboys by 14. That's all I got to say about that.
Cowboys by 1 million. You heard it here first. Speaking of Dak Prescott, he pretty famously replaced a quarterback on this team. And we're going to talk about some of the most famous replacements
because we have to replace a guest.
we had to replace the guest. We got replaced in the studio. The team has been replacing players already in week 3. So we're going to do a whole segment on replacements. Stay with us, and please don't switch your screen and replace us because we're already feeling rejected enough as it is. See you in a minute.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Off the Rails internet edition of the Star at Night. One of these days it won't be the internet edition, but we're rolling with the punches here in week 3, Kels. And yes, in the TV industry, as they say, the show must go on. So we lose a guest last minute. You know what we're going to do? We're just going to replace the segment. We're just going to keep it rolling. And that's where we came up with the beautiful idea. Hey, sometimes you got to adapt on the fly. Sometimes you got to replace things. This is our favorite replacements in honor of thinking on our feet. I think you teased it on the last segment very famously. I think the one that comes to mind for this Cowboys team is Dak Prescott replacing Tony Romo. Can you believe that was 5 freaking years ago? Like, we're actually arguing, I can make it topical. We're arguing about whether or not Tony Romo should be on the list of finalists for the Hall of Fame. That's where we are right now in 2021.
That's so weird to me. I literally feel like we were just talking about how football is a meritocracy, and that was literally 2 years ago, if that. We're at the age, Dave, where, millennial doesn't mean young anymore. It means vintage. And so here we are. But in spirit of replacements, I had to hear your thoughts on like some of the hottest ones, if you will. I'm thinking in my mind, like me personally, big ones for me were Aaron Andrews being replaced by Sam Ponder on College Game Day.
Speaking of being old, nobody remembers that even happened.
We were literally talking to our producer, and he was like, really? And
that's
when I realized that
2010?
I am going to just go ahead out back and dig my own grave, because apparently that's where I'm at this point in my life. I'm sorry. Did I just take on your persona for a minute?
That was very me. Yeah. But I dig it, though. I love it. You should do that.
Yeah, I mean, Dak Prescott replacing Tony Romo. You've obviously got the Aaron Rodgers replacing Brett Favre. What are some other ones that come to your mind that were just a big deal, if you will?
How about Patrick Mahomes being a replacement for Alex Smith, literally, and taking over the NFL? Like, nothing has been the same ever since, to quote my guy, Aubrey Drake Graham. He spent a year behind him. Like, he was a not last second, but he was a replacement for Alex Smith. And it's crazy to think what he has accomplished in the time since. That's probably the big one for me. I don't know. What am I forgetting?
I feel like Drew Bledsoe's been replaced a few times, which is kind of unfortunate for that man. Like, that career path, he's kind of turning into like the Tyrod Taylor, just in a different way, where like that poor man keeps on getting replaced.
Topical again.
Guys.
Tyrod Taylor getting replaced by Davis Mills this week for Thursday Night Football. We'll see how that goes.
We've seen how this story ends, you guys. We have seen how this story ends. But I think I have to go ahead and assume one of your favorite, at least most recent replacement is the Monday Night Football crew, because
it's not a replacement yet, but ESPN, I think you got a hit on your hands, my guys. Put the Manning brothers in the booth. Put them in the booth.
Literally so brilliant. I don't know who came up with that, and I never would have thought to do that. But literally, Peyton Manning's soundbite going to the Patriots and talking about how he didn't want to talk about game planning around his locker room because he literally was that superstitious and concerned. Gold.
I don't know if that's a superstition so much as an allegation. I think Peyton kind of wading into some interesting water there. I wonder if he's going to get a memo from the league. But yeah, so that's our replacement for having a guest. We will do better with that next time on more notice. But when we come back, we're going to get y'all involved. We're committed to doing that in 2021. Stick with us for the fan segment right after this.
All right, guys, we're back. Did you hear how I just said that? All right, we're gonna roll with that. Keep that in the show. It's on par for this week. So we did promise you that we do want to.
I thought you were gonna restart the segment, but I appreciate you just sticking with it. Let's go.
I need to stay. Clip that out.
Okay.
But we want to make sure you guys are involved because listen, like that's kind of what we do here. And there's a couple of statistics we want to make sure we're getting your opinions on. And we're going to keep track all the way through the season. So just so we're clear, as it stands right now, unfortunately for us, David Hellman is in the lead. He is batting a solid 4-2. I am a 2-4. And you know what you guys are?
You guys suck.
You're
you
back.
guys are terrible at this.
It's okay.
That's why we make the medium to small bucks and don't get to use the studio to do the show.
The medium to small
Awesome.
bucks. All right. Well, we want to continue because we've got 3 more for you this week. 3 shots of redemption. We want to get your thoughts on these. And Dave, I need to hear where you're at too. Over under on Cowboys forced turnovers against the Eagles -1.5. No, it's
over.
1.5. Is it
Over. Yeah, we're not. It's not the line. It's not the line. It's just an over/under, and it's going to be over. It's a second-year quarterback, Jalen Hurts. He's going to throw the Cowboys some balls. He runs a lot. He's going to fumble. It's over. Cowboys lead the league in takeaways. They're going to keep that going this week. Over.
I have to agree with you. I feel the same. I think that they're in a position where you saw their defensive guys step up. I mean, did you go back and watch what Trayvon Diggs did? I mean, it's gonna be a thing. I'm here for it. Over. All right. Next one up. Over under on Dak touchdown passes this week 2.5. I already know what you're going.
I'm gonna go under actually, because I think the run game's gonna be there again. Yeah. So I mean, I think he'll throw 2. I think he will throw 2 touchdowns, which would be nice, but under. So I mean, he's gonna play well, but it'll be under, which maybe a little bit surprising.
Okay, fine. I'll take the over because I do feel like it's going to be a well-balanced offense. And if it really is going to go according to your plan, David, he can have his cake and also the running backs can eat it too. So I am here for the over on that. Dave's taking the under. You guys took the over 87%. Last one up. Who will have more rushing yards this week, Zeke or Pollard? Oh, come on. We are just playing into the actual storyline.
It's Zeke. Yeah, it's Zeke. The narratives are fun, but reality is better. Zeke will be fine. It'll be Zeke.
Yeah, we love you, TP, but Zeke's going to continue to carry the load. So we're taking the over, or I'm sorry, we're taking Zeke. Wow. Wheels off! Zeke is going to be back at 76% per you guys. We also agree. So we'll see who netted out as the winners going into week 4. Fingers crossed that y'all and myself can have a little bit of a redemption tour because let's face it, we can't let David Hellman win.
Especially y'all. Like Kelsey's doing fine. Y'all are awful at this. So we'll see y'all next time.
Bye, guys.
That wasn't meant to be the sign off, but yes, we'll see you next week from the studio on the Star at Night.